What if the most dangerous man in your life never attacked you directly? What if instead he slowly became part of your family? And by the time you realized it, it was already too late. This is Cape Fear, Episode 4, Pierced. And in this episode, the nightmare doesn't explode, it spreads, quietly, like a disease you don't notice until it reaches your heart. We open with Tom Bowden drowning his thoughts in alcohol at a bar. He looks exhausted, broken, like a man trying to forget something that refuses to leave him alone. But then, something impossible happens. Max Cady shows up, calm, controlled, smiling like nothing in the world is wrong. And shockingly, he even pays Tom's bill. But this isn't kindness, it's control. Tom immediately confronts him. Security cameras captured everything. Max interacting with Zack, Tom's son. Tom demands answers. But Max doesn't defend himself. Instead, he strikes deeper. He tells Tom something that cuts like a blade. Zack is struggling. Zack is having nightmares. And Zack doesn't feel like he can talk to his father. Then Max twists the knife even further. He says Zack sees him, Max, as a father figure. And that's when the real psychological war begins, because Max isn't attacking Tom, he's replacing him. At the same time, Anna Bowden's life is also beginning to fracture. While driving, she suddenly sees something disturbing. A masked woman, the same mysterious figure connected to Max. She hums a strange tune, then disappears. No explanation, no answers, only fear. And this is just the beginning, because Anna doesn't realize yet, she is already being watched from every direction. The next morning, everything inside the Bowden household begins to crack. Anna cancels plans with her daughter Natalie. That's all it takes. Natalie explodes. She screams at her parents, calls them failures, and storms out of the house. But this isn't just teenage rebellion. Something darker is influencing her. Because waiting for her is Nevaeh, also known as Amber. And what happens next is disturbing. Nevaeh pushes Natalie into getting a piercing. A small act, but psychologically, it's about control, breaking boundaries, testing limits. And Natalie starts slipping away. But it gets worse. Nevaeh leads her to Callie's house. They break in, they use a Wi-Fi jammer, and inside that house, Nevaeh completely takes over. She tries on Callie's clothes. She laughs. She plays. But Natalie is being molded, like clay. And this is no friendship. This is manipulation. Meanwhile, Anna is focused on a case. A man named Ruben Ramirez, a prisoner sentenced to death. Anna believes he might be innocent, but the witness who could save him is someone dangerous, a man named Smiley. And when Anna finally meets him, she walks into a house full of snakes, literally, glass cages everywhere, and tension so thick it feels like something is about to snap. And it does. Smiley becomes aggressive. He grabs Anna's phone. He realizes she might be recording him. And suddenly, Anna is in danger. She escapes, but now she has a problem. She cannot win this case alone, and she knows it. Elsewhere, Tom tries to take Zack to therapy, but the therapist shifts focus, not to Zack, to Tom. And what she reveals changes everything. Tom had a brother, an older brother, who died by suicide, a truth Tom has buried for decades. And when the therapist pushes him to open up, Tom snaps. He ends the session immediately. He refuses to face the past, because some wounds never heal. Back in the Bowden family, Tom tries to reconnect with Zack. They go to an art show, but Zack isn't there for bonding. He is there for Sophia, the girl he hurt, the girl he wants forgiveness from. But she rejects him completely, and her mother destroys him emotionally. Zack breaks, completely. Later that night, something changes. Tom finally opens up. Not fully, but enough. He tells Zack about loss, about pain, about how grief shaped who he became. But he hides the darkest truth, that his brother didn't die in a car accident. He took his own life. And Tom still cannot say it out loud. Meanwhile, Anna makes a dangerous decision. She goes back to Max. She asks him for help with Smiley. And then everything escalates. Max leans in and kisses her. Sudden, uninvited, unclear. Anna freezes. But she doesn't fully push him away immediately. And that moment changes everything. Because now we realize their relationship is not simple, not clean, not safe. Max goes to Smiley's house, and what happens there is unseen. We only hear the aftermath, but we understand enough. Max breaks him, mentally, emotionally, completely, and returns with a confession. Ruben might be innocent. And suddenly, hope exists again. But hope never lasts long in this story, because Anna is then confronted again by the masked woman, the stalker. She records Anna, she mocks her, and she warns her, stay away from Max Cady. Then she vanishes again. Now everything accelerates. Zack receives a call from Sophia. It destroys him emotionally. She tells him to stay away forever, calls him a bad person, and Zack breaks again, this time deeper, more unstable, and he turns to Nevaeh again. Meanwhile, Ray uncovers something terrifying. Nevaeh's mother was a prison nurse, and she had a relationship with a high-profile inmate. That inmate was Max Cady, which means one thing. Nevaeh is likely Max Cady's daughter. And suddenly, everything makes sense. The manipulation, the infiltration, the slow destruction of the Bowden family. It was never random, it was planned. And then comes the final scene. Nevaeh meets Zack. A candle flickers between them. Darkness surrounds them. She looks at him and says, let's play. And then she blows something into his face. A drug, or something worse. And Zack collapses into her influence completely. The screen cuts to black. Episode 4 of Cape Fear is not about action. It's about invasion. Psychological invasion, emotional invasion, family invasion. Max Cady is no longer outside the Bowden family. He is inside it. Through manipulation, through influence, through the children, and through secrets buried in the past. Because the biggest question still remains. What really happened between Anna and Max 17 years ago? And whatever that truth is, it's coming. If this story continues like this, no one in the Bowden family is safe. Not Anna, not Tom, not Zack, not Natalie. Because in Cape Fear, the most dangerous place isn't outside the house, it's inside it. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe for more movie and series explanations.